Just like to quickly clarify that that was completely and 100% fake, just paint on a butter knife. So we're going to start off by using the prosthetic gel that I absolutely love, and you can find a link on how to make that in the description below. Once it's cool enough, you can apply it to your skin where you want the incision to be and wait for it to dry. Once it is dry, use theatrical setting powder to cover the gel, which helps make it less tacky and sticky. Now, just like in my special effects cuts video, I am using a pair of nail scissors to cut through the prosthetic gel. And I want to clarify that I am not pressing down into my skin at all, but instead just very gently sliding the bottom part of the scissors underneath the gel, which is really easy to do, and then just kind of pulling up slightly and cutting. Once you've got your incision made, gently peel back the prosthetic, and you can go ahead and add a little bit more powder underneath just to keep it from sticking back down or rolling up onto itself. Then you can go in and add your color. On the inside of the cut, you'll want to use one of your darkest reds you have, and I am actually using the dark red from the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel. And just kind of peel back the edges, get it nice and deep in there for a good cut color. I honestly even liked how this looked before doing the rest of the tutorial, just this by itself. However, if you do have an incision, you probably wouldn't have it without extra irritation. So we're going to add a brighter red color, again from the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel, and add that all the way around your incision, just to show the irritation starting from the wound, since we're going to go all out to the point where it's already been stitched. You can also then take some of that dark red and dab it along the edges just to give that cut a little more dimension. Then take some pre-cut little strips of black thread and run them through spirit gum and apply with the tweezers in an X pattern all the way down the incision. Try not to drop them or you'll find them stuck to your pants later. Once you've finished the stitches, go through with some fake blood on a small brush and just add that all the way around all of the stitches to really gore up this look. And that's it. A quick and easy way to do a surgical incision with stitches. Hey guys, so I'm actually going to be having surgery, which is kind of the inspiration behind this entire video. Now I did it on my left shoulder. I'm actually having surgery on the right. It's an injury from kickboxing that has actually taken over a year to diagnose. And unfortunately, the reason is just a couple of mistakes from my medical care team in the diagnostic process. And ultimately, a doctor who took one look at the fact that I have chronic pain and PTSD and thought that it must be in my head because he put me in that box. And it just goes back to show that you need to be the biggest advocate for your own health because nobody else is going to fight as hard as you will. So always, 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 if you know there's something wrong, keep fighting, keep looking, look for a different doctor, get second opinions, get third opinions, which is ultimately what it took for me to find out that they had done the incorrect type of MRI to diagnose my issue, which is a slap tear in the labrum, which is the suction cup part of your shoulder that keeps the joint together. So I'm going to be getting that fixed here at the end of October. Really excited to finally have a solution. I'm going to be in a sling for 6 weeks, so that's going to be rough, but I'm really just excited to have it solved. And it was a bit gratifying, I have to say, to finally have an answer and be able to go back to that doctor who had told me that I should go to a psychiatrist to deal with my pain after everything I've been through. And it was just very belittling, very demeaning, and it was nice to finally have the answer. And I know with chronic pain, a lot of times there isn't an answer, but in this case, it wasn't my chronic pain at all, and I knew it wasn't my chronic pain. It was a sports injury. But I think once we do have a health condition, whether it's a mental illness, whether it's something like diabetes, or just even generally being overweight, a lot of times doctors like to apply their own judgments or preconceptions based on an existing condition. And there's a lot to be said for the truth in that, but I do think that sometimes they let that blind them to other potential issues. So, sorry, hope this didn't gross you out too bad. I'm like terrified of needles and blood in real life when it's happening, so like I'm gonna have to have like a ton of Valium to even go into the surgery. But for special effects makeup, the gorier the better, so I had a blast. Anyway, hope you guys liked it, and make sure to subscribe to see more videos coming up. Hopefully as many as I can get done before the surgery, since I will be down my primary arm. But yeah, thanks for following.